Hey, folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly. We're back with another Ruch Report with the man himself, Brendan Ruch. Brendan, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, Marvin. How are you doing?
Just trying to stay cool and out of trouble. You know, since we last spoke, how many oil changes have you had to put on the truck?
I'm getting close. Getting close for sure. But yeah, I'm not staying cool or out of trouble, unfortunately.
Yeah, you've been up in Michigan. You were fishing with the boys at Schultz Outfitters and all kinds of other adventures too, right?
Yeah. I had a Western PA trip with some friends out there, and then boogied over to Michigan to fish with Nick, Jake, and the rest of the crew. Yeah, that was a great time. Got to see some new water to me, and got to help those guys out and doing some pre-fishing before a couple weeks of guiding in some little bit different water than their usual program. So it was a lot of fun. Great to see those guys, and cool to see I don't know, some fish eating bugles, which is nice.
Yeah, and kind of funny too, right? Because you missed this kind of the refrain in the Mid-Atlantic on the smallmouth front seems to be high dirty water that's kind of wrecking topwater fishing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like calling it and going other places, honestly. But the water's fairly stained today, and fish are still coming up. We've had a pretty good topwater day today, but yeah, I mean, there's just been like crazy bumps. It seems like every time I have a block of trips booked, I come back and river's blown out. So yeah, just not great luck this season as far as that goes. But the fish are still eating when the stars align and there's good fishable flows.
Yeah, and so when it's high and they're kind of a little bit off the topwater bite, are you kind of going back to your advice you've given in previous episodes of throwing kind of your pre-spawn nut jobs?
Yeah, in the right water. I still like if you're fishing like slower flats and stuff like that, I'll size down just a little bit. Maybe like if it's super stained, I think copper flash helps a lot. I don't rely on pearl as much in like super stained water, but copper or any of the reflector flashes, tan or olive brown, seem to work pretty well in getting the fish's attention. And then just like smaller like crayfish style stuff. And you fishing them like a bait fish or a crayfish, so who knows what they think it is. But yeah, fishing the flats with that kind of stuff, and then faster water, I'll fish that pre-spawn stuff.
Got it. And so if your flows have been oscillating up and down, is that kind of what's making the bite funky and not so much like dirty, stained, fast water?
No, I think the fish are happy when the conditions are right. It's just these like oddly timed storms. I just can't seem to hit it right. All the other plans.
So your karma's off.
Yeah, something's off. Good things are happening elsewhere in life, but karma's definitely off here.
Well, there you go. Well, I have a question for you from Ed, and I don't think Ed's asked you a question before. He's asked tons of smallmouth questions on other episodes of the podcast, but he had the unfortunate situation of hooking a smallmouth last week, and he hooked it near its tongue, and when he got the hook out, it was bleeding really, really badly, and so he was looking for advice about, what do you do in those situations? Do you just cut the fly off? Do you release the fish? Do you do the Coca-Cola trick? Like, what are the tips to, maximize the survival of the bass in a situation like that?
So I have no scientific evidence, and I rarely have soda on the boat or pop if you're from the Midwest, but I have seen people do the Coke trick, and it's a temporary clot. I personally prefer to get the fish back in the water as soon as possible, just so they're not like pumping blood. Like it seems to clot a little bit quicker if they're submerged. But one tip I have for tongue hookings is it's not like a gill thing where you're going to go through the gills and get it off clean like that. But for a while, like myself and people in the boat, whether it's clients or other anglers I'm fishing with, like I would see them try to get a tongue hook popper out or streamer or whatever out with their fingers, and it seems like the success rate is much higher if you just get a pair of hemostats and get us right in that bend of the hook, and then kind of sweep it up. If you have a B10S or something, just sweep it up a little bit differently, like a stinger hook. But it seems like the fish bleed a lot less when you go straight out of that that insertion point. But yeah, so that's my recommendation. Don't mess around doing it with your fingers. Just do the right thing, grab your hemostats, get it out that way, and then get the fish back in the water as soon as possible.
Got it. So basically what you're saying is take your hemostats and kind of grab it like right at the bend and push it out the way it came, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so simple, but I think, I don't know. It's kind of like an instinct to just like, oh, I can see it. I can get my thumb on it. I'm just going to push on the eye of the hook. But yeah, I mean, I've just seen a lot of gushers with the hand method, and I'm 100% hemostat now.
Well, there you go. Well, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email me or DM me on social media, whatever's easiest for you. And if we use your question, I will send you some articulate fly and butcher shop stickers. And we are drawing for some cool Ruch angling stuff at the end of the season. And as we head deeper into the dog days of summer, Brendan, you want to let folks know how they can find you and come sweat on the boat and watch their Reese's medallions melt?
Yeah, you can reach out at Brendan Ruch on Instagram, Facebook, Ruch Angling or Brendan Ruch, and ruchangling@gmail.com. Yeah, if you want to get out, reach out and we can make something work.
Well, there you go. Well, folks, as I always say this time of year, first of all, stay cool, but you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Brendan.
Take care, Marvin. See you guys. Thanks for listening.